Hello, beautiful people. Psychic Debbie here. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you for connecting with me. And I'm on one of my adventures again. So this is a recording about orb colors and their spiritual meaning. We see a lot of different orbs. I do when I do my ghost hunts or connecting to the other realm. And a lot of times people see orbs, but they don't understand that a lot of times the colors are meaning something different. So maybe when you're seeing these different colors, you're like, what does that mean? This will be a guide to help you what they mean and what they are connecting to, or who they're connecting to, or what the information they're trying to bring to you. Because a lot of times color, again, spirits have been telling me that color is the next space or adventure where we need to connect to what color means, and the frequency, sound, and water of color really does make a difference, makes a whole difference, and that we need to connect to it, and we haven't gotten to the tip of it. So orbs a lot of times are spirits. A lot of people think it's angels. Some people, it might be a lost loved one, it might be a ghost or an entity from another dimensional space. A lot of people don't realize that sometimes that they're bringing the colors so that they can communicate with you, because if you're not listening or connecting to that higher realm where you're having the communication through your third eye, the change of colors can give you directions, can help you, can support you, can give you comfort, can give you helping you whatever it is that you're desiring to want to bring into your life, or you're wanting to connect to a lost loved one or a pet, or you're wanting to connect to another realm. So orb colors are very powerful, and they can be very strong, and to me it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So again, usually most people, 99.9 people, not all, just see white. A lot of times we'll see orbs and we see the white. We don't see the color. It's kind of like seeing someone else's aura, wanting to see someone's aura or the vibration that's around them. And I have a video on that can help you on my website, psychicdebbie.com. But anyways, normal people see it in a blink of an eye, or they see it on the side, or they see it in a photo, or you see it in a video. And many times they show up in ceremonies and rituals, spiritual places. We go to Sedona, or we go to Machu Picchu, or even in my backyard in Montana, there was a lot of spiritual places there. I feel like the Native Americans did a lot of rituals there. The Japanese people that did the railroad, they lived on our land for a while, so I feel like they did rituals and ceremonies. And a lot of times I would see orbs and spirits there when you're doing a worship, or you're doing a ceremony, or you're going to church even. A lot of times they show up in churches or spiritual places. Pets seem to see them all the time, right? Or younger children. They're like, hey, there it goes. You see a lot of times pets are playing with them and communicating with them. They're like looking at it and they're like, or the cat's like, or I've had cats where they're like, yeah, whatever, and they walk away. You know what I mean? And I've also had cats going, jumping up and down the thing. When I used to have a spirit of my son's twin, he'd be in the hallway all the time. And my cat would freak out when it ever saw the orb. So to see them, to be in this, you have to be in the space, I believe, to be in the space of faith, not the religion faith, but you cannot be in the space of fear, worry, and doubt, like, oh, am I going to see this? So like if you're doing a ghost hunt and you're like, if you believe in the Hollywood theme of that there's dark entities and they can attach to you and they can do harm to you, then it will happen, but they can't hurt you. If you're claiming your space and you are only allowing the highest vibration to come through you, then you can communicate whatever these orbs are representing, okay? You can also see orbs, by lighting a candle or having crystals around you, or having essential oils around you. Can it help you connect, or bring in a fire, bring in water? Can that bring the spirits towards you? Yes, you can always do the ritual, and I just did a candle video on that. Many orbs not communicating, but can bring warnings, protection, spiritual connection to heal you, or even, a lot of times people will see a lot of orbs when someone is passing away. They're in the hospital or at home, and people are like, oh my God, I just saw tons and tons of orbs. And now mark my word, they're not going to be all white. They're going to be all different colors, because they're going to represent so many different entities and vibrations and dimensions. And that's what the colors that I'm going to be talking about is, what it's connecting to. So I'm going to give you a color. I'm going to tell you I don't think every single color has an angel connected to it, but a lot of times it could be the angel of that orb, or it could be a pet or a lost one, loved one. Again, angel, lost loved one, communications, bringing you a message. Okay, so if you see a white or silvery kind of orb, to me it's pure energy. It's the highest frequency. It has new power. A lot of times when an orb is white and it has new power to it, it's the beginning of it. Because when we're seeing just the white, we're just seeing to me the outside. Because when you're connecting to the inside of the color and it's representing, it's getting more in depth into the orb, and it's really connecting to the orb. And I think a lot of people are like, what? You can connect to an orb? You can connect to the spirit? You can connect to these spirits or whatever, this energy, this vibration or frequency? Yeah, you can. And believe me, they're not all evil. If it's an orb or if it's in that space, it's not evil. It's not evil. New power. It can bring peace. It can be bringing you harmony. It's coming from another dimension. Maybe it's giving you communication from there. A lot of times it's an angel or a spirit or a lost loved one. Communication, message, and it also could be giving you a message of we're bringing you healing light. I had a beautiful friend where I have a picture of her and me, and there's an orb right in between us, and she had the orb right over her face. I'm in a 3-dimensional thing. I'm like, you could see almost like 3 of me. She's solid, she's secure. This person took 3 pictures of us, and it was only in 1 picture. She had an orb on her, and later on she got ill. But to me, some people would be like, well, that's a bad thing. And I'm like, no, I feel that the angels were around her to give her comfort, and saying that we're coming here to communicate with you and connect with you. Okay, so I'm always only going to look at things in a positive way, and I'm not being a Pollyanna, but I know that we are the only controllers of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and what we're going to allow to be around us or not to be around us. And if you don't want a lower vibration and you're listening to the Hollywood thing, then that's great. You can, but I don't believe in that. Okay, so any kind of angel, your spirit angel, your spirit guide, the highest angels that it can connect to. It can be all different kinds of angels with the white orb, okay? The next orb I'm going to talk about is pink orb. A pink orb is trying to, I feel like it's going to, say you're looking for a lover or you're needing love in your life. It's bringing love, understanding, affection to you. It's bringing you compassion. A lot of times pink orbs are pets. I don't know why it is, but a lot of times I'll see a pink orb and I'll go, did you lose a little white dog that and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's showing up in a pink. A lot of times the smaller dogs, like little poodles or little hairy, you know what I mean? Chihuahuas, they present themselves in a pink orb. I don't know why, but to me that's the way they present it to me. Also, spirit is trying to give you an information. It's trying to bring you peace and calm. So if you're in angst or right now, the world, let's see a lot of pink orbs, right? Bringing peace, harmony, and love and romance into you. So it's like maybe you're single and you've been praying and you've been lighting the candle and you've been doing the rituals and you've been doing everything and then all of a sudden you've seen a pink orb. And that to me is like, oh, that person is coming for you. Your lover is coming to you. If you're wanting to connect, a lot of times pink orbs can be Archangel Chamuel. So like say you lost a pet, or you lost an item, or you lost something, or you're losing yourself. A lot of times Archangel Chamuel will show up in a pink orb. But a lot of times I call it a she. Some people call it a he. I feel like, because she's very feminine vibration to me, she's a big orb. She's usually a big orb, usually a very, very big orb. Okay, so the next orb I'm going to talk about is red. Like this, red. A red orb. Okay, to me, it can be very high energy, very, very high energy. It can be stress. You could be in anger. Someone's saying you're bringing, it's like, no, It's anger. You're in anger. You're in the vibration of anger. It could be a restless spirit. Again, when it's a restless spirit, doesn't mean it's evil. It's just restless. Okay. If you see an orb over a person that is red, I feel like it's giving you a warning that you need to double check this person. If there's, say you're taking a picture. So here's a story of a lovely lady. No, I knew, this was many years ago. It was probably like 20 years ago that I saw a picture of someone's wedding, and it was in a church, and her husband kept on having this red orb over him. And I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. It's trying to forewarn her. It's trying to forewarn her, because you got to figure she was in a church, in a blessed place, a spiritual place, that his vibration was not in the same frequency and vibration of that church. And he kept on showing a red orb on him. And down the road, he was not a good person. He did bad things to bad people down the road. And it was like, oh, that was a forewarning. That was a forewarning. Okay. But if you're seeing a really dark red over there, that doesn't mean that it's bad news. It could be, like I said, it could be bringing romance to you. But if it's murky or it's dark and you keep on taking a picture of someone and it keeps on presenting itself, I feel like it's giving you a warning, either a warning of the person or some situation is coming up. Okay. A lot of times if it's a bright, beautiful, soft red, almost like a pinkish color, not the pink that I was talking about, but the, like a reddish color. A lot of times it will be a lost loved one bringing you, like a rose, bringing you love, bringing you that. It says it's God's wisdom is coming to you, God's wisdom to you. But so to me, when it's a red orb and it's not on a person and it's kind of got that bright red, not a murky red, but that bright red, and it's bringing wisdom to you, you have to be, I feel like most people do not see that unless they're very secure and confident and they're in this space of where they're wanting to go. And you're asking for an answer. And then all of a sudden the red orb comes to you. And that's usually what it represents, okay? So it can bring security, high energy, very high energy. I'm not talking about the aura. Because like if you took a picture of someone and their aura is red, that's a whole different thing. Okay, so it's an orb if you're seeing a red orb. Okay, the next color I'm going to talk about is orange. Okay, orange is comfort and joy. It's bringing you healing energy. A lot of times when I see an orange orb around somebody, I'll be like, oh, you're wanting a child, or you're being pregnant, or you're trying to get fertility, or you're wanting, they'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, well, there's an orange orb. A lot of times it will be on the lower part of a woman. It can be also with a man, because if the man is really wanting like that son, or they're wanting this child. But usually when it's on a man, I don't know why, but I keep on seeing it on their shoulders. Usually it's around here. On a woman, it's usually around the lower part of their body. Okay, can bring you joy. If you're seeing orange, it's usually it could be a child spirit. So like if you lost, and hopefully you didn't, a lost child, or it could be a child that was lost from your family history years and years ago. It will present itself in an orange orb. It will bring you strength. All of a sudden you need strength and you need encouragement. You're needing hope, and you've seen an orange orb. That it's bringing that to you. A lot of times orange orb, when it's bigger, can be Archangel Gabriel, and I love Gabriel. A lot of people say it's male. I feel like it's female. Gabriel can help you with success, prosperity, fruition, abundance. It's fantastic. A spirit of great fortune coming to your way, abundance, a field of wheat, of a harvest. It's a great harvest. A lot of times I'll see orange orbs above a wheat field. We had a wheat field above in front of our cabin in Montana, and I would see like little orange wheat. To me, it was like, oh, they're going to have a great abundance this year. If I didn't see it, I'm like, oh, they're not doing so good this year. You know what I mean? It's really really funny. Or you're asking for abundance or success in your business in some way, or success in in anything that's with abundance or fruition, okay, then that's giving you just on that, okay. So the next color that I'm going to talk about is yellow. Yellow. Okay, yellow is connected to Archangel Jophiel, or Jophiel, whatever way you want to say it, Jophiel. It is family, helping you with family, bringing you comfort and joy again with the family, giving you power. If you're seeing a yellow orb around somebody, a lot of times it might be a lost loved one that's a family member, especially if it's around the stomach area. Or it's that person is being shy or is not being confident. Say you have a child that is not doing too good, or a parent or something that's not doing too good, and they're losing their power. They're kind of being too shy, and they're not being in the confidence of who they are. A lot of times spirit or the angels or Jophiel will bring you these yellow orbs, and I feel like they're giving you power. The orb is filled with high vibrational power, and it goes into the body of you. Okay, and it's always going to come from a higher realm. It's nothing low. It will also help you with fear, will help you with power, or it could be a warning from spirit that if it's that you're not feeling so good, and all of a sudden you're seeing a yellow orb and it's around, then I would say that your issue or your health issue is around your stomach or your chest area, and it's trying to bring you healing to you at that time. So if you're seeing yellow, it will always be connected to family, and it will always be connected to power. It will always be connected to confidence. It's always going to be connected to that. So it's either bringing that to you or giving you a warning of that. Okay. The next color, which is kind of close, but usually when I see a gold, it will be a gold color. When I usually see gold, it's usually more full than a yellow. Yellow, it's sometimes can be hard to see because it's kind of can be clear. You know, you're like, is that yellow around that? But a gold, it's going to be gold. You're going to see it. Gold usually, and it's connected to Archangel Seraphim. So very, very high, powerful orb coming from a great archangel, or what people say is connected to God, is on the side of God. It's bringing you good luck. It's bringing you tolerance. It's bringing you happiness. It's bringing it, or it could be a very happy spirit. So like if you knew someone that was like an elder, or a very wise person, or a very jovial spirit, but would have to be in a higher realm, not someone that's just, and I'm not cutting anybody down, but it would be a spiritual mentor. You know what I mean? Very, very connected to the other realm. Higher dimensional angels, higher dimensional spirit. It could be coming from another universal source. It could be coming from another dimension. But when they come up as gold, it's usually an elder or a very wise person. And when you see gold, I would ask it, what is it that you're wanting to bring to me, and what is the information, or what is, you know, or ask for your desires. Or I'm wanting prosperity, or I want the love or joy or happiness or health. A lot of times gold orbs will go around somebody in a hospital. Sometimes I'll see a gold orb around someone that's in a hospital because they're bringing this high dimensional healing frequency and vibration to the person to heal them. So if you're seeing a gold orb around someone that's in a hospital, to me is that they cannot pass. They would not pass, that their lesson in life is not done. Their lesson in life is not done, okay? So ask for your desires. When you see one, you will get an answer from the universe. Or it's the universe saying to you, yes, your desires are coming true. Or yes, you're healed, or yes, you're healthy. I bet you, I had a near death, and I bet you a lot of people that had near deaths, when I went to the other realm, that's what all I saw was tons and tons and tons of gold orbs. It was like falling. It was like glitter. It was all over the place. So to me, that's a very, very powerful high vibration when you're seeing a gold orb. So that's a lucky thing. So the next color that I'm going to talk about is green. Green. So green is connected to Archangel Raphael. A lot of times Raphael will come in, again, a big, this is kind of weird. And I don't know if this is really true, or is it just the way that I see it. But a lot of times when I see Archangel Raphael around someone for healing, when someone's doing a healing, he comes in more in an oval instead of a round orb. Is kind of like oval. Why, I don't know, and I'm sure it makes a difference of the frequency and the power around it. But I have to learn, right? I got to learn. So a lot of times, if there's like little green orbs, it's connected to fairies or norms or spries. A lot of times, green orbs are connected to earth. A lot of times, you'll see a lot of green orbs out into the wilderness, or you're in the woods, or you're in the field. You're seeing a lot of green orbs. To me, a lot of times they're the little sprites, or the little cherubs, or the little angels, or like little like pixies or whatever. They're all over, and they're just in the spirit of them, because they change, they shapeshift. So if you're okay with seeing them as an orb, they'll present themselves as an orb. If you're okay as seeing them as a being, then they'll shapeshift to where you can see them as little fairies. Okay, it's a healing of a person. Again, so they could be in the hospital and then you've seen a green orb, person's getting healed. A lot of times when I do readings for people, I'll say, oh, your aura is green, so you're a healer or you're a receiving green. So to me, that is the same thing with an orb. You're either giving healing or you're receiving healing, or they're wanting to send you love, okay? Because it's connected to the heart chakra for you. Green is always connected to the heart chakra, so it helps you with relationships. Maybe you're having a hard time with a relationship and you've seen a green orb around, say your partner, the one that you're having a difficulty with or you're wanting to connect with, and you see green orbs around them. They're sending healing for both of you. They're sending healing for both of you, or even that person. It also can be a lost loved one that has passed. I feel like usually if it's a lost loved one and it's a green orb, I don't feel like you were married. I feel like it would be more of a friendship, excuse me, a friendship, or it's like a fiance, or it's in the beginning stages. Usually when a green orb is around a lost loved one, I'll be like, oh, you weren't married, you were just partners, or it was a friendship, or it was just getting close to being married. Because that usually is pink and red. Don't ask me why, but that's me. So, it might be different for you. Like I said, it could be a lost loved one that has passed, or a lot of times, if it was like a husband or a wife or a very solid relationship, it could be a lost loved one that's passed from an illness, again, around the chest area, like, breast cancer or lungs or heart or something. A lot of times it could be, and usually the green, if it's a lost loved one and it's around the heart, it's usually male. Don't ask me why they do that again. A lot of times it could be the pink would be a female. So the green is usually, it can be a lost loved one. Okay, so the next color that I see or connect with, or being spiritually, and these are my ideas. If you're like, no, Debbie, that doesn't represent it for me in that way, that's great. This is not, etched in stone, okay? Rainbow. I don't know if anybody has ever seen a rainbow orb. I have. I have seen it once, maybe twice. I don't know. I have to think about that. But one time I've definitely seen a rainbow one. To me, that is connected to Archangel Metatron. Again, a very high, powerful angel. Massive change is coming your way. Massive change is coming your way. If you're working on spirituality, say you're wanting to communicate to the other realm, or you're wanting to be a more powerful healer, or you're wanting to be more intuitive or psychic or connection, to me, that when you see a rainbow orb, it's I feel like it's like little birds going, burp, like Cinderella, and pulling the veil. And I feel like you're gonna connect. You're either gonna get some kind of information, or you're going to connect, or you're going to see the veil open for you for a little bit whenever you see a rainbow orb, because they are very, very powerful. Metatron is very, very powerful. And Metatron is signs, symbols, and reflections. So rainbow is a lot of times a reflection of a even more powerful orb. It's probably filled up in the whole room, but then when you see it, you're seeing the little orbs. Okay, again, opening the veil, higher dimensions, higher entities from dimensional spaces, universes, information, intelligence is coming through, knowing's coming through, and dogs love to come this way. Whatever reason, dogs usually love to come in a rainbow, but they're usually lower. They're always lower. They're always by your legs or your knees. If it's higher up, then I feel like that will be the angel. Okay? Okay, the next one is the color blue. Blue. Okay? Blue is for protection, is connected to Archangel Michael. So Michael is a protection angel, right? An archangel that helps you, protects security, bringing your foundation, bringing your power to you. It's a spiritual angels. It's watching over you, communication. So maybe that you're going to hear an answer. There's communication. It's going to help you with communication. It's going to help you connect to the other realm. We'll be shown the truth. A lot of times when you see a blue orb, truth is being shown or something is going to be communicated to you. Okay? If you're working on trying to see, it will help you with the third eye, it will help you with the pituitary gland, it will help you with the crown chakra, will help you to see, foresee the future. All right? If you're in fear, worry, and doubt, and all of a sudden you're seeing the blue, that's for protection. If you're wanting to communicate and you're doing readings or you're meditating or you're connecting and you're doing a ritual and all of a sudden you're seeing the blue, then I would know that you're secure and safe to connect to the other realm. And that's when I start asking the questions and start communicating, because it's going to help you with your intuition and your insight. Okay? The next color I'm going to talk about is purple. Purple. Okay, purple can be very, very strong. Crown chakra again, helping you open up, bringing spirit in, but it also brings a lot of releasing. So a lot of times when people are doing a lot of releasing, and they're releasing a lot of their fear, worry, and doubts, and especially if it's coming from here, people are like, oh, you got all these spirits coming in. That could be true, but it could be a lot of your sluggish energy that's around you. Because sometimes when the purple, if it looks a little dark, a really dark purple, it almost looks black, that I feel is what it's doing, is releasing a lot of your fear, worry, and doubts, the lower vibration out of your body, in all parts of your body. It doesn't have to be the crown chakra. It could be your root chakra. It could be your feet. It could be your hands, whatever. Okay? So it does a lot of releasing, where some people are saying it's forgiveness. If you're, say you forgave somebody or you released somebody in your life and all of a sudden you're seeing a purple, good sign, good sign. Also brings you peace, can help you with connecting to the higher realm. Archangel Zadkiel, Zadkel, a lot of times purple, if it's a really pretty purple, it's connected to grandparents, okay? It's kind of like a pinkish purple, a lost grandparent. Or grandparents is transformation, like a grandparent passed, and I see a lot of purple around them when they're passing, okay? Or it's your grandparent or an elder or a mentor from you that is helping you with information. It's helping you with transformation of the body or in the spirit, that when you're when you're alive, okay? Positive change, a lot of positive change. If it's a really pretty kind of sparkly purple, I've seen where's the purple where it was like really round and it almost had a kind of gold to it. To me, that's really positive and it's very connecting. And sometimes the angel that comes with that can be huge. It can fill up your whole house, your whole room. It's a beautiful sight. I feel like if you're seeing a lot of purple orbs coming in, then a high spiritual being is coming into the room. Okay? And sometimes you can see it in a church or spiritual places like Sedona or Machu Picchu or, the pyramids or whatever. So, or even in your room. Okay. And the next one is black or brown. Again, people are like, oh my God, that's so negative and blah, blah, blah. You know me? I don't believe in it. Don't believe in it. It's black or brown, can be connected to earth. A lot of times if it's a brown one, it's connected to the earth, it's connected to the trees. And a lot of times it might be an earth angel. Because the earth angels are very connected to the trees. And I get it that we have a lot of water and all that. I'm not saying that it's not connected to that, but to me that's different entities or different angels. But a lot of times the orbs that are coming when you're out in a field or whatever, it's coming to you, it's brown, it's black. It's not that dark black, but it's like a black you can almost see through it. A lot of times that's earth angels. It's helping you connect to the earth. Maybe it's wanting you to notice something like pick up that garbage, or there's going to be a fire here, clear the place. Or a lot of times in our property up in Montana, we have like 7 acres, and we used to mow like 3 acres. And a lot of times I would see orbs and I'd be like, okay, I'm mowing the lawn, the spries and the fairies and everything go under the little mushrooms or go into the trees or whatever. And a lot of times those were brown or black, okay? It can be an unhappy spirit. It can be an unhappy spirit, but all it's doing is it's not going to attack you. It's just looking for a higher power. Especially if you're a light worker like me, I get a lot of them coming up because they're wanting the light. I've even had orbs. I've seen orbs, and then all of a sudden an entity or a spirit or what people would say is a ghost or a lost loved one would be like, oh, I like your light. And I'd be like, you need to leave. And they're like, but I like your light. And I'm like, you need to leave, And so it's not that they're a bad entity or a bad they're just lower vibrations. A lot of times they're lost and they're connected to your light. And they don't have enough light to either go to another realm or another spiritual place, and they're probably wanting you to help them. But a lot of people, brown, they would see. But if you're seeing black, you're probably a light worker. I feel like 90% of people probably are not going to see a black orb. A lot of time, Spirit is showing it to me this way. Like, black orbs could be like a soldier, male or female, that was in war and passed, and that they're lost. So again, it's like if I went to like where the Civil War is, or Gettysburg, or maybe even where the Titanic went down, or maybe even if I went to New York and the Ground Zero or something, and I saw darker orbs, it would be because it was a lost soul, or because someone did something for the world. And I don't know why they showed it to me that way, but they did. So like if they were in war, and that helping them get into a higher light, okay? Or it could be an edgy spirit. It's bringing you caution, call on the angels, and to help with these spirits. If you're seeing this black orb, you just go, angels, 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 help me. What is it that they're needing from me? What is it that I can help them with? What is it? It's usually in that way. The brown, like I said, is usually the earth angels or little earth spirits, okay? So when you're seeing the orbs, this is what I want you to do. If you're, like, say you're doing ghost hunting, which I'm probably at right now, doing a ghost hunt, or spiritual connecting, or you go into the cemetery, you're connecting to a lost one. If you see an orb, the first thing you do is ask, who are you? And what is it you want or need from me? And the very first thought that you get is the answer. Okay? If you're in fear, worry, and doubt, then you leave. You leave. You don't make them leave. Because you don't, this is a 3D space. This is like attracts like, okay? So if you're in fear, worry, and doubt, you're probably going to attract a fear, worry, doubt spirit with you. And they can't attach to you or harm you in any way. But if you're seeing an orb, a bunch of orbs, what is it that you want? Like I have a video on my thing that's the Palmer House, Ghosts and Spirits at the Palmer House, and look at it. And I was thanking them and I was acknowledging them. And oh my God, tons of orbs came up. Tons of orbs. It was like a firework, right? So maybe they just want to be acknowledged. They're just like, I'm lost and I just want to be acknowledged. And I'm hanging around the Gettysburg area or the Titanic or this place. Okay? So ask them, who are you? What is it you want or need? Why are they being present? Because sometimes they might be present for you, not for them. They might be going, you've been asking me for romance, or you've been asking me for abundance, or you've been asking me for spiritual connection. I'm a purple angel, and I'm helping you connect. So a lot of times they're helping you. It's not usually the other way around, okay? They're sending you signals. They're claiming if they are not of the high, you can say, if you are not of the highest vibration, then you need to leave, okay? And if you're in fear, then just say the Our Father prayer, the Lord's Prayer. Just say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, and they'll leave. Okay, so you can be protected in that way. I don't want you to say you have to be protected, because then you're going to give yourself something to be protective of. Claim it. Ask for a higher vibration to come through, or ask the angel to present itself. It might be an angel or a lost loved one or the pet or your friend, and say, you know, you don't want to be in fear when that happens, right? You don't want to be in fear, so you want to allow this beautiful essence. It's usually 99.9. It's of a higher vibration. An orb is always from a higher vibration, and they're trying to give you a gift. And I know people, you have a hard time receiving, and I get that, but you can call on me and I can help you with that. PsychicDebbie.com. I can help you with that, receiving or releasing the blockages or connecting to these spiritual things. And I can give you some exercises to connect, and maybe having the orbs or the spirits or lost loved ones come and connect with you. Okay? So I hope this helps you a lot. I know that a lot of people don't talk about the colors of orbs because, like I said, a lot of people don't. If you do, fantastic, and keep it going. Keep it going. You can ask the universe, show me, you know, present yourself instead of a sign of a number or a feather or a crystal. Say, present yourself in an orb, okay? In a colored orb. I want you to present yourself in an orange orb or a blue orb or whatever, and they will connect with you. But know that you are safe and worthy to see it, and don't bring any fear, worry, and doubt into it. Don't bring any fear. If you have any fear, then don't do it. Don't ask for that, okay? But like I said, majority, 99% of the orbs that you're seeing is, yes, a spirit or from another entity or a lost loved one or an angel, but they're not bringing you any harm. If anything, they're bringing you greatness and health and happiness, and they're wanting you to bring you security. Okay? I hope this helps you out a lot. It helps me a lot. I love it. I could talk about this forever. So I want to give you blessings and smiles, and I'll see you next Tuesday. And thank you for connecting. And again, if you want a reading, PsychicDebbie.com. Bye-bye.